YouTube? Dawson Rider here. Welcome to my review for the TMNT and Cobra Kai team-up figure packs. Yes, you heard me right. I had no idea these were coming out and was really surprised to see them on the Target shelf the other day. Saw these on the Target shelf the other day, and I was interested to see what these were like, just out of sheer curiosity. I was on a bit of a random TMNT kick this last summer, and I'm a huge Cobra Kai fan, so I thought I would take a look at these. Now, there is actually 4 packs. I'll take a picture and I'll put it up on screen right now. I just got these 2 because these are the only ones left at my Target, which is obviously Mikey and Danny LaRusso, and then the Karate Kid, Johnny Lawrence, and Donatello, and then there's the other one, which is Kreese and Raph, I believe, and Leonardo and Miguel. I'm not sure I agree on the pairings. I mean, I guess Raph and Kreese make sense, but I feel like maybe Leo would have been better for one of these guys. And maybe Mikey with Miguel, because they both start with M and they sound similar, and also they're both younger ones. I don't know. Doesn't matter. I thought these were interesting. Let's take a look at them. Let's go left to right, and let's take a look at the original Karate Kid first. I'm just going to start with his figure, which is very weird. Now, let's get one thing out of the way with both of these. Neither of the likenesses are that great. They're actually not bad. Like, they're in the neighborhood. They've turned into the neighborhood, but they don't know how to get in there. They look a little bit strange, which is very unfortunate. And then when you have the gi here, it's really strange because only this part on both of them is this weird rubbery material, and this part even is normal hard plastic. Only this is a weird rubbery material. This is normal plastic. It makes it look a little strange and inconsistent. Actually, not so bad. Like, if you were to see it from back here, the colors look a little different, but you wouldn't be able to tell. But when you get up close, I'm not sure why they did it, and it's such a weird feeling material. And it reminds me of 2 things. One was these Spider-Man figures from the original movie where you could put on his wrestling outfit and it was done in the same material. And the other are these weird Dragon Ball Z figures from back in the 90s where it was like normal Goku or Vegeta and then you'd put a Super Saiyan meat suit on them. And in retrospect, those were really disturbing. And that's what that reminds me of, and I'm not sure why they did it. They're pretty well articulated. Like, you have a nice hinge joint here, you get some solid all-around motion, you get an elbow joint, swiveling at the fists here, nice ball joint on the leg, some swiveling, knee joint here, you have a nice little hinge joint here on the foot. Even the foot bends like this because, you know, karate. The waist can move around, but then this restricts it. Like, you have the waist articulation, but then this weird rubber restricts it, so you're going to tear it if you move too far. Like, I can already see it happening. But nice head articulation. Like, it's a decent mold in terms of the articulation. Like, it gets good movement aside from this, and no loose joints on any of them, which is nice. It's just a very oddball figure because of this choice and then the weird head. The Turtles ones I actually think are the stronger figures. Now, I have his weapons here between his fingers in what looks like a oddly sexual way, because the way you're supposed to have him hold it is he has these little hand hinge joints that you move down like this. I haven't seen these in years, and they're really hard to get him to hold the weapons for both of them. It's a problem with both of them. That's the only thing that bothers me about it. But mold-wise, these look pretty cool. Other than their wrists having the different colors and the weapons so you know who they are, they all have these black sort of stealth colors, which is pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of the stealth outfits they had in the recent 2012 series. And I'm sure they've had them in other ones, but I just recently rewatched that, so that's on my mind. So it actually looks pretty cool. The sculpt looks pretty cool. It has this unique gi on him, but you can probably take it off if you want to. This looks oddly weird the way I did that, but you can take it off. You know, this is not, it seems like it's Velcroed, but it's not. But if you want to, you can take it off and have a regular Ninja Turtle figure. But I'll say that these are overall nice figures. Again, same nice articulation, nice ball hinge joint here, elbow joint here, swiveling. Like I said, you have that little hand joint there. His toe joints also move. Nice movement here, knee joint there. You obviously can't move his waist because he's got the turtle shell, but nice head and neck articulation. So well articulated, solid mold. It's overall a very solid Ninja Turtle figure. Really, my only complaint about this figure and the other one is these weird little hinge joints they have for their hands. Okay, now going over here to Johnny Lawrence, who never gets recognized for his poetry. Thumbs up if you get that reference. Now, again, with the head sculpt, I think his is maybe a little bit better. It just looks a little bit soulless. Like, his soul is trapped in the cage with Michael and Lucifer. Like, it's strange. It looks a little bit weird. It's like they're almost there, but not quite. And you have that, again, that weird rubbery material that prevents the articulation. He has all the same articulation as Danny does. You know, they're competing to who has more articulation, but unfortunately they're even on that. His bare arms look a little bit, he has the right to bare arms here, but it looks a little bit weird, like the mold It just does look a little bit strange and toyetic, and it's like he doesn't have wrists, which looks a little bit strange, which Danny's hides a little bit more since he has sleeves, so that is a little bit odd looking. There is a little bit more of a synergy to his outfit, though, because you don't notice the discrepancies in the color, because all the black looks the same, which is at least kind of nice. But again, same articulation, no loose joint problems. It's just, these are so odd, because I think it's neat to have Cobra Kai figures, but they're so close to being solid figures. Like, I feel like the head sculpts could just use a little bit work, and I wouldn't have used this rubbery material. Maybe one of you out there knows why they did it. Like, it just bothers me because it's a strange choice, but more so because it hinders the articulation. Like, you have this here, and I could see someone trying to do a pose and then ripping it, and then it might not age well over time. Like, I have one of those weirdo Dragon Ball figures from back in the day, and it started to rip in some places. The Cobra Kai logo back here looks kind of nice, though. And you have Donnie, which I feel like was a weird choice to pair with him. Maybe they were going for an opposites attract type of deal, but he looks really cool. The head sculpts are a little bit different on them, you know, and he's got a different color, but you can tell it's the same general mold. I think this actually looks a little bit cooler. And again, he has to hold it like this because you have that unfortunate problem with that going on, which is a little bit annoying. And you can probably take his stuff off here, and you do have a little slot to hold his weapons, which is really nice. And I forgot to mention that the nunchucks from Ikari are really nice. They actually have a nice little metal chain there, which it's pretty cool. It's nice quality there. But again, I think these are overall really nice turtle figures, except when they can't hold their weapons. And really, my only complaint about them is that weird weapon thing with the hands. I think that's really strange, but I think these look pretty badass. I kind of wish they didn't have these here. Like, I feel like the color on here and the weapon is enough to differentiate them, and I think the sort of all-black look looks really cool for them, but I don't know. These are pretty solid turtle figures. Alright, so for a final verdict, honestly, I'm not sure with these guys. I wouldn't say this is a bad figure set by any stretch of the imagination. It's just not that great. It's a little bit odd, and I just wouldn't pay full price for it. It's $40 for a set, which makes sense because that's about $20 each, and these are roughly the quality and size of like a Marvel Legends Star Wars Black Series. So it's not that the price doesn't make sense, but there's just enough off about them that I wouldn't want to pay full price and I wouldn't recommend it. So I would say if you're interested in these, you know, having watched these reviews and you can get past some of the things I talked about and you're interested in them, maybe wait for a sale, see if they go on sale this holiday season, then I can recommend picking it up because it's kind of a neat set to have. And honestly, other than the weird hinged fingers, both the Turtles figures are actually really nice Turtles figures. They look really cool. The Cobra Kai figures are very imperfect. Really, my only problem is I think the heads could be worked on a little bit, and I don't like the weird rubber geese, which I think is just strange. But if you can find it on sale, I can see it being a neat release. I just can't recommend them at full price because of some of the strangeness to them. And this is done by Playmates Toys, who's actually done some surprisingly good stuff. Like, they did really good figures for Rise of TMNT, and actually the Ben 10 figures are surprisingly good too. So I'm actually looking forward to them maybe doing more 6-inch Turtles figures like this, and you know, I'd love to see some Cobra Kai figures down the line that look a little bit better. Like, these aren't bad. It's like they're just so close to being good that I would say if you're interested in these, get them on sale unless you absolutely cannot wait. That's about it for this one though, guys. Until next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and climb the steps and ring that bell so you get notifications for more videos like this and more. Till next time, Dawson Rider, signing out.